We're going to talk for a couple minutes here, and then we're going to get back in and find out who won. So let's go over to the panel right now. All right, buddy, a lot going on, as always. Always happy to have you here. Of course, the very first thing we're talking about a lot is, of course, this Chalamet thing. Let's just get that out of the way. Again, $300,000. We all kind of said a lot about this, but still. Okay, if you would have done it for $250, Val, would Jenner have stayed with him?
My honest opinion is probably no. I think if that was the case, if he was to be like, I got you this very humble, sentimental ring, she would be like, that's really nice for when we're at home. I would like a real ring also.
I could kind of see it. Like, I was talking to GR about this today. I'm like, not that I'm trying to say someone's a gold digger or something like that, but do you think there'd even be a thing if he wasn't Chalamet? Like, you know what I mean?
No. I don't know, because he's pretty goofy and Kylie Jenner is not that. I think that they're very much opposites, at least like the way that they portray themselves to the media. You know, he's a goofy theater kid and she's very you know, like that's her vibe. So I don't know. I mean, behind closed doors, I'm sure that they work, but if he wasn't a gorgeous, successful actor, I don't know if that type of personality would have the same effect on somebody like that.
What do you think, Ronald? Todd, do you agree with Val?
I do, for the most part, agree with Val. I think she will always make more money. She will always have more money. But I do agree with Val on that. Yes. But like I said earlier, I think it would have been quite ballsy and what a great gesture to buy her like a $2,500 ring because he loves her. He doesn't need to impress her. She has everything. There's nothing she doesn't have.
You're right, he does love her. And that's now they have each other. And you would think that would probably be enough. You know, you would hope so, right?
You would think so. And there's people that can't buy groceries, and now she's going to wear a $300,000 ring that's going to be ripped off of her finger.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I do know one thing. $300,000 ring would not buy GR's love, right, GR? You need something more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want a petty little $300,000 ring.
If you're going to give GR to put a ring on it, you got to give him a little bit more, right, GR?
It's got to be at least 7 figures. I mean, come on.
But I think GR, I think you were just surprised. You thought that it would be like because you hear about these celebrity engagement rings a lot of times, and they're just like insane amounts of money, right?
Yeah, I mean, I understand where Ron's going, and Ron's probably got a more realistic view, but I mean, come on, $300,000 to him is like 25 to me and you.
Yeah, it's true. It's like Tom Cruise, though. You think that Tom Cruise will ever get married again? You think that this?
Well, only if the church allows him to. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. You're right. That could be a thing. So you don't believe the love, do you? You don't believe he's in love, GR?
No, he's in lust. I said it in the hot takes. You know, it is what it is.
She's saying it. She's just saying they're just friends. They're just friends.
Well, you can be in lust with a friend. You don't have to love them.
You can be.
True,
what do you think?
True.
What do you think, Ronald Todd? Do you think
you know what I think.
Well, I mean, I might, but does the audience know what Ronald Todd thinks about this? That's my question. Is Tom Cruise ever going to get married again? And do you think that she would be the one?
My whole story on this is he gets caught doing something he shouldn't be doing. So his crew spins, finds him a lady, they get married. Mimi Rogers, Nicole Kidman, Katie Holmes. He needs somebody. He got caught doing something last month. And that's what this is.
I'm obsessed with you, Ron. Say it louder for the people in the back. Yes.
But then on the flip side of that, I've always said, I feel so sad. If all of that is true, I feel so sad actually for Tom Cruise.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Imagine going through your life being somebody else.
Very sad. Very sad. You know, it's terrible.
Yeah,
It's awful to
Yeah,
think
it's really
about.
sad to be that rich and famous. I'm
Oh,
really feel for him.
The thing is, I would say about him though, like he's very much like, because I know I worked on Top Gun. He's very much like in his world. He just work. That's all he's thinking about. So I don't even think it's even on his radar to even think about being in love anymore. Maybe he was at one point. Maybe he wasn't. It's just kind of a sad thing to be like at the top of the world and then you still don't have anybody to share it with. Even if there's always rumors about him and stuff like that. If there was something else or someone else that he wanted and he just doesn't feel comfortable with that would suck too. You know what I mean? Because you should be able to have everything.
I know somebody whose housekeeper has a friend who's a limo driver who knows the garbage man that works down the street from Tom Cruise's aunt.
I love this already.
She confirms it all.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yes. Oh my God.
One thing that might help Tom meet somebody.
What's that?
Step off the set for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, he just buries himself in his work. He really does. He should
be a guest judge on Drag Race.
That would be dope.
Oh my God. He would be sweating.
No, I think he should be a guest.
Go faster. Do better.
I think he should be a guest here.
I would love Tom Cruise in this show. It'd be great.
Oh my God.
You heard it, Tom. You want to come on the show? Just let us know.
Make it happen. Valarie, give the pitch for Freakier Friday. Why should GR watch Freakier Friday?
Because Jamie Lee Curtis is everybody's biological mother. I love Jamie Lee Curtis. Okay. She is mother. She is so amazing. She and Lindsay Lohan together. Like, okay. Lindsay, she looks so good. No, but like seriously, I grew up with that movie and it's to this day one of my favorite like angsty teenager movies. And I think everybody, like maybe you're not.
So it's your favorite movie from 3 years ago.
Exactly. Yes. No, but seriously, it's so good. It's so funny. Like Jamie Lee Curtis especially is so funny in it. Like I've recently rewatched it, in adult life, and I was like, there's so much that I did not like. So many good jokes that I didn't get when I was younger.
Oh yeah,
sure. She's so funny. Oh my God.
Great. I have a funny Jamie Lee Curtis story.
Oh, yeah.
Please tell.
Oh, Ron.
I'm on the CS Radford lot. She was doing some movie there, and I walked past her and I said, "Hey, I went to your premiere last night of Halloween 2." She wasn't there, and she's like, "Oh, really?" And she turned away from me and walked away, like she wanted to be as distanced as possible to that movie.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
My dad worked on it, so.
Was it the most like recent one or like an older one?
No, this was like 1985, maybe 86.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you were a youngin', huh?
I was just out of high school by a couple of years. Yeah, because I remember I went with a friend from high school, so it had to be right after.
That's
oh my
amazing.
God.
Yeah.
My best friend is like a huge Halloween fan. I can't wait to tell her this story.
Oh wow. Yeah. It's he worked. My dad did Halloween 2, just 2. But I think he did 4 also.
Oh,
I've heard nothing but good things about her too. Like that she's really cool.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like I have a friend that she actually helped out at one point just because, which is really cool. Just because she's like, she knew like they were working on set and he was going through something. And she like knew it and she's like, I'm just there, And I've heard she's helped a lot of people out like that. She just stepped up when people need something. So she's a great human being.
Especially with addiction. She's very huge with addiction.
Oh,
yes.
I've heard that too.
Yeah.
I've heard that as well. I think he was like turned around and then she's like, you got to go this way and that way. You know what I mean? It was just like one of those things where she's like, just wants to help people. That's great that she wants to help people with addiction too.
She's a huge advocate.
I've heard she's gone through a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Someone who's not an advocate is Blake Lively to help people, I don't think. I'm not trying to trash talk on her. But Ronald Todd, will this be thrown out? I mean, because they're going after YouTubers, GR. That's why. They're going after YouTubers. Will Blake Lively's case be thrown out? And how do you feel, Ronald Todd, about all these updates? Where it's like, because it just seems like it's crazier and crazier and crazier.
It's so crazy. I was like a full 100% Blake Lively fan and supporter when this started. And then as everything started to uncover, I quickly changed sides. I still am a firm believer that what month are we in? We're the end of March, right?
End of March, yeah.
End of January, things are going to become very clear. I mean, December of 25.
A year later. You think a year later? Because that's what it was. It was last December when we actually found out about this. That was the first time we talked about it. It was like around the holiday time, you know? Mm-hmm. And it just keeps coming and keeps coming.
This is way too sexually charged. People just, act like this if it doesn't have something tied to something emotional. And she's a fucking crackpot. So it's like, whoa.
I feel like there's something else that happened just like a week ago where there was like a fan of hers saw her at a hotel and she just like videotaped her to show her friends. That's what she claims. And I guess Blake Lively saw her, right? And then the next day she was checking out and Blake Lively said, "Hey." And so she turns around, there's Blake Lively, she goes, "Hi." And Blake Lively pulls her phone out and records the girl, goes around the whole car and keeps recording her getting her license plate, gives it to her security guard who goes around the whole car and starts recording it too. And she's like, "I've got you." And then she runs away and apparently started blasting this girl's social media and like talking down to her and trying to look for, and like, she said she started getting all these different people coming and like battling her and attacking her too because she recorded a video. And the girl didn't even release the video. But she was being attacked from that, like belittled and stuff, which is it's insane. It's insane. I don't like
crazy.
Like what?
Crazy. She's losing everything that's going on with the first lawsuit, and now she wants to create something else of drama with this. That's just crazy.
Yeah,
there's a 5-letter word for a person like that.
What's that, GR?
Bitch.
So GR, you don't think this will be dropped? You think that Beldani?
Fuck no, it's going to go to court. It's going to go to court, and that bitch is going to lose the case, and it's going to cost them a whole shit pot of money.
$400 million. That's what it could be for.
We put it together.
They won't get that, but he'll get 100, maybe 150.
He might. What do you think, Val? Do you think that this is going to go to court?
Well, it sounds like it based on the fact, like you said, like she was trying to get everything thrown out based on a California law, but she filed her suit in the state of New York.
That's where Beldani did. And because he started with the New York, I think it was New York Times, then he filed in New York. She filed her whole harassment allegations with SAG-AFTRA, which you could be like, SAG-AFTRA is international. You know what I mean? So technically we're based out of Los Angeles, but does that have jurisdiction over the courts? I would say not. You know what I mean? So he started in New York. He's trying to branch it off to Los Angeles. But, at this point, I think it'll be a New York lawsuit,
Well, right. Yeah, that definitely. I mean, she can't throw a California law at a New York, like it's just.
Well, she can try.
And she would.
She's Blake Lively. She can do whatever she wants.
Has anybody seen those TikToks of that guy who puts on like 8 hats and impersonates her and goes,
No.
And makes that face? Oh my God. It's so funny. He puts on like 3 pairs of jeans like she wore in that in the movie. And then like a weird like 4 beanies stacked on top of each other. And he goes, it just does that.
Have you ever seen the girl? She's the lip reader. She's deaf. She's a lip reader.
Yes.
And she hits Blake a lot.
Yes.
The stuff that she says, it's just, oh my God, look at her.
I know. Oh my God, it's crazy.
Bitch.
Yeah.
I love that girl. She's great.
She's so great. Oh my God.
I know Queen says there's no real case here. Emma Peel, he was obviously harassing her. I think that goes both ways. I think I think they had something beyond harassment. I think there was something that was an attraction that went wrong. I think that's what it was. If you ask me,
a baby. It was a baby.
And Milton Bradley, a lot of people are following this. I mean, that's why I keep updating it, because a lot of people have been like ripping us up on Cruise Control about this too. There's back and forth. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's a lot. I'm more interested in what GR thinks about Dexter casting fast. What do you think, GR? Is this going to be like the best season ever of Dexter? And Ken Harrison still happen after this?
Yeah, Ken Harrison have it? Absolutely should. Great movie.
There we
For
go.
those of you that haven't. Somebody ought to buy it and we make it a series. But
Right?
this Dexter, the cast, as we all said in the hot takes, is incredible. I mean, they're bringing every crazed serial killer in the world back to the show.
Bring them back.
Bring him back.
Yeah. Bring them all back. Jimmy, I love that Jimmy Smits is coming back too, because I just liked how that whole happened with season 3, where he was like a little bit more, oh shit, you're off the rails, you know? I think he's a great actor too. I think it's gonna be fun. They're gonna be all in his ear. The only thing is, I know I hear they want to do more beyond this, but it almost to me feels like with all these characters coming back, this could be a good ending, because you get Michael C. Hall, you catch him. Now it starts with him, his last meal, dun, 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 dun. He's chopping the ham steak in the prison cell. He's putting it in his mouth. He's eating it. He's eating the egg. You have all the different people as he's walking there, popping up, everybody he's killed, especially the big people saying things to him. And then the gas chamber hits and he dies and we end credits. To me, that's awesome. Bring everybody back for that, you know?
That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. You know, if it goes beyond that, we're going to be sitting here saying, it should have just stopped in 2025.
Yep.
True.
But if you have everybody back, why would you not just do something like that? End it fittingly, give them an ending that makes sense, have that voiceover, bam, we're done, you know?
Like the best series finale in history was 6 Feet Under.
Yep. Yeah, and they all died, right?
They all died. It showed their entire life. You know, a show about death. It showed how their entire life played out, and it showed exactly how they died.
And this would be cool if you had you had a bunch of the big names that you had, that they killed, you know what I mean? That are all kind of like also welcoming him to death, you know what I mean? In a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
Like, here you go. We're bringing you there. I just think that'd be cool. But
certainly.
I love that idea. That just alone is so much more. It's a much better way to honor Dexter, I feel, you know, and the whole everything that we've gotten to see of his. I mean, that's his legacy. You know, these are my trophies. Here they are.
Yeah,
Brian, I really think that they're actually prepping for this to be the finale of finales. It's just, I really think that that's what they're doing, because it just keeps getting bigger and bigger in a grand, great way.
Yeah, like everybody's coming back. You keep hearing more and more and more, and it comes out in June.
And Ron, I hope you're right.
I hope so too. I hope so.
I hope so. But then I did hear Clyde Phillips was kind of like, we would like to go multiple seasons longer with it if we can, and that made me nervous about it. You know?
Yeah.
Like, where's it end? Where's it end?
Right. And then if it's too long in the tooth, it's just like, oh God.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we rush an ending.
Don't remember the good, you know?
Yeah. We rush an ending and then we're like, oh, that sucked again. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, give us a good ending.
That sucked again for like the 5th time. It's like, oh,
that sucked again.
Yeah. Yeah. But
If it sucked again, they need better writers.
Absolutely.
great quick takes, everybody.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.
Control.